you know. Because their windshield's this way, but cars are more flat. So when it rains like that, you can't get it off of the windshield.
Yeah.
But the more steep your glasses. It's like in my big truck, I went to Georgia. That's that windshield's almost straight up and down, and. It rains when I got on, I come up 77 out of Georgia, got on 81 and the whole length of, and I'll tell you how hard it was raining, and I can still go about 70 right up through all of 81 and 84, it rained all the way through Hartford until I got home.
You went all the way down to Georgia.
Yeah, I do it when it's 19 hours.
Wow.
He's right 10 miles from the Florida border in Dublin. So, yeah, takes you 19 hours, $1,000 for gas down there. So anyway, the next morning I walked out of the house, because I pull in the yard and back in, I left, home about 3 o'clock in the morning. And so I backed in, I walked out and back those stuff, because my big truck has got a headboard, it's got probably about that over the cab. And so the rain coming off of my roof, coming home in that long a time and going 30 or 70 miles an hour most of the way, unless traffic in the city and slow down. It took all the paint right off that headboard and took all the primer and everything, it was right down the.
Like a pressure washer.
It's what it did, it pressure washed that paint right off, it's when I had taken pre-prime the whole headboard and repaint it, that's how hard, I've never had that happen before.
Must have been the wrong kind of paint too.
Oh, maybe.
But that would strip your skin off, you don't think?
Yeah, I was thinking.
It's a pressure washer, they're all coming
That's
off the roof
crazy.
of the truck, and it hit that headboard, which is solid, probably about 6 inches in the back of the cab, and when I hit that, it peeled that paint right off.
Wow.
And I've went in storms before everywhere, the truck's probably, well, that body is 16 and 20 years old.
Yeah.
Never heard it before, but coming back from Georgia, that's how hard it was raining. And sometimes they even hit like there's little hail stones right in
Yeah.
the rain, I think that
That
was to some of that paint too.
Wow.
I got to private repaint the whole thing.
Can you imagine being a motorcycle driver?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
I just.
It'd strip your coat off. It would like shred your leather jacket, you know.
It's like, whoa, what's going on there?
And you know how the other, at the potluck, we were talking about the trailer hitch, banging your knee on it?
Yeah, legit.
Yeah, today, yeah,
Cause it's right on the top of your ankle bone right here.
I got it right here, you can see, so.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. See, you're a little bit lower than me. I catch it just under my knee, right on that bone.
I was like, should I swim a day
That
after
hitch,
that?
that's-
But I was like, I can still kick it. Oh, man, I was like,
It brings tears right to your eye when you walk into it.
I was like,
oh,
was it paid, just enjoy it, just enjoy it.
So I'm surprised he leaves it on. I leave mine in the cab behind the fast.
Yeah, I take mine
Mine
too.
in there. Otherwise you walk around the truck and wham, that's the first thing you hit, or you go to get something out of the body, it sticks out the same length as the tailgate. And you go to step forward to pull something there, it goes.
That, and then like on some, hills or like really sharp, whatever, up or down.
Yeah.
Sometimes they
Shut
shut
in.
Yeah. You just take it off. And
Doesn't leave them on too long, if you rust in, you can't get them on.
that's, yes.
You gotta back up to a tree or something, chain it to a tree, keep yanking the truck.
Hey, should we get started?
Sure.
Nice. Yay, thanks for coming. This is Spirit Speaks. We meet every Tuesday at 5 p.m. and we apply spiritual principles to real life. Real life.
Yeah.
Yay.
Or the drinking.
Well, what we perceive to be real life, right? Only as long as our identities, only as long as we believe our identities to be tied to a body, right?
Your dream.
The real dream life,
Living the dream.
living the dream.
Oh, that moment.
So I felt today that it would be helpful for me to read some stuff I wrote in my journal over the last 2 days. So we'll see what happens.
Is this about you that you wrote, or about somebody else, or just, I'm trying to figure out what you wrote in your journal.
You're about to hear it.
Okay, let's go with that.
Just tell me the ending.
Show me the ending.
Just tell me how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
So the first is an imagination, a dream that I had. And so I will offer this to you if you would close your eyes for a moment.
Or for us to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I turn away from the embrace of love only for a moment, to reject and run and hide from love, as if testing to see if I can make myself unlovable. And then I come to the feet of love and grovel, imagining I must now make up for my dream of a lie, that I have made myself what he has not made me. Love gently lifts me up and brushes off the dust, tends my self-inflicted wounds and wipes my tears. Love accepts no apology. Love forgives by seeing there is no forgiveness necessary. Love asks me where it hurts, my heart, my throat. I've been screaming and crying on the edge of the cliff all day in a nightmare that no one loves me. Oh, a nightmare, love says. That sounds scary, but you were here with me the whole time. You don't have to laugh. Okay.
But when you're at the edge of the cliff, were the decisions turning to love, the jump?
It wasn't really about jumping. It was like that feeling when you're like just yelling, like yelling, asking for help, right? Being like, I can't do this on my own. You feel like, right? You're all alone at the edge of a cliff, right? Just screaming to nothing, right? Screaming into the Grand Canyon is what it feels like, Can anyone hear me?
Just echo back to you.
Oh, sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Feel a little like that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, this is the next prayer that I wrote. You'll listen. And it may be nice it's a little bit of an adventure itself. So if you feel so called, feel free to close your eyes. Dear God, I don't know what I want. I am willing to see. Above all else, I want to see. I am always humbled by your love. I can trust that every single thing happening is entirely perfect, that I have totally and completely done only what is most helpful at any and every time. I can trust myself that whatever may seem to happen in the future will be perfect, that all that is occurring is completely perfect, that the sons of God are one, complete. I see myself and my brothers shrouded in crystalline golden veils and entirely protected in perfect innocence. Any idea or thought of wrongdoing vanishes in a puff of dust to the nothing it was made of. Any thought of vulnerability vanishes. The light emanating from myself and my brothers permits no body, illusion, or shadow be seen. Images of pain are released for peace. There is no thought of lack. Love fills every mind completely and leaves no room for intrusions. Fear is impossible. I see all the sons of God as light, holding hands around the world, and as the last one joins, the dream ends, world dissolving to light. I see the new world Davide speaks of. Truth spoken by me through me to all. There is unwavering peace, trust, and confidence. It may not take any time or space at all. And then I had an idea of doing a light circle, like how we did a drum circle. Did you come to the drum circle, Dan? No, you missed the drum circle.
No, I was here when they had a bunch of issues.
Okay.
I
It was a while ago, yeah. We're doing another jam on Friday.
know, but I'm busy.
Oh, yeah, well,
Otherwise that'd be good.
yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it's fine.
I had a vision of doing a light circle where we all, it starts by we're just all holding hands in a circle, right? Like ring around the rosy. But we close our eyes and we pass light from one person to the next, like through our hands, right? So like I would imagine like I'm creating a ball of light in my chest, and I imagine it's like going through my arm to my hand, right? And then you feel it, and you could do a little squeeze or something, right?
Okay.
And then you feel it and you like imagine it going up and through your heart, and it gets a little bit brighter, right? Because you're adding some of your energy to it. And then you imagine it going through your other hand and you pass it to the next person. And you do that a couple times, and then we can all hold on to it, right? Like we can all share it. And then kind of project it into the middle of the circle.
I can bring that to reality.
Yeah. Can we?
Cause how it is, if everybody stands in a circle, now, and then you touch electric fence.
Oh, right.
It goes
Right.
from you to the
Well,
next
even
person.
yeah.
Now, if you were gonna touch the fence, okay, would you wanna be the first person or the last person?
It depends. Are we touching the fence and then the last person is also touching the fence?
No. It ends with him, he'll get the last of it.
You'll feel it.
He'll feel, the last person will feel it. Everybody wants to be the last person, that is the worst, when the electricity stops, and you can't go no farther. You
Yeah,
really wanna get
I
the
would do it. I would do it if I would do it if the first and last person touched at the same time. Cause then it would just be one circle. You just become part of the electric fence.
Then it probably wouldn't be so bad, but if you don't, the first guy touches it and then you make the circle and it goes through everybody gets a little jump when it goes through you, but they went through you. But the last guy, it ends, it can't go nowhere, it's kinda like lightning storm, it rounds out, it's,
So it'll find a way to shoot out.
yeah, then it's gotta go some.
And you feel it.
Everybody wants to be the last guy, whew, good. It's, all you get is a little tickle when it goes through you, but the last guy, it ends and the electricity can't go nowhere. So he's the one who really gets the one up there. And you wouldn't think, you'd think he'd be yelling that way around the first guy, because he's getting ready to hold up hot water.
Yeah, electricity is very interesting. Yeah, that sounds good idea.
Doesn't that sound good?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about maybe starting a meditation group, because I've had a couple people reach out to me about saying like,
Yep.
how do I calm down? You know, like the group events and stuff are helpful, but to do something where it's like, how do I like, let's do something together where it's like regulating.
Yeah.
Right. And then this light circle stuff is like energy healing in a group.
Yeah.
Right. We're sharing light with each other. I could do a similar meditation like the one we did,
Complete the circuit.
completing the circuit.
Yeah,
Right.
that was wild.
So I think doing like introducing this as a light circle, like a drum circle, right? Where we're sharing light and group energy work. And that sort of thing, I think could be,
It's a great
it
idea.
was just like,
That's-
you know?
So when we used to do.
Yeah.
When we used to do the meditations, I would always visualize me. A light from the sky or from the heavens up above, maybe like the sun, the star, or something like that, shoot a beam of light to me. And then light or roots from the feet go on and touch the core of the planet. And then I imagine like shockwaves of light coming from me. Or even also like the flying up above from the ground, like just reaching up above and seeing the earth below, and you see all the other people as the lights, you know. And you
Almost
see-
like a satellite, like you know those satellite photos of Earth where you see around the cities all the light pollution
Yeah.
and stuff. It's like that, but it's like every person is emitting light.
light. That's what we are.
It's kinda like when you die and come back, that they say everybody sees bright lights and you can see your body laying on wherever you're on.
Yeah,
All this stuff before they bring you back.
yes,
And a lot of light and
yeah,
they say it's so peaceful, you have a hard job deciding if you wanna go back or you wanna keep going.
Yeah, this is like, you don't even have to almost die. This is available
at any time.
at any time. Yeah, that piece of
Astral
love.
projection.
It's not, well, yeah, but really that's your true nature. That's why you always go back to it, right? It's the same no matter what lifetime someone had, they always go back to like the light.
Yeah.
So it just comes from even taking moments of spirit identification, right? Where you say, okay, I am spirit, right? As opposed to body identification, which is if you imagine when you're alive, you're like, oh, I'm the body. And then you die and you're like looking over it like, oh, I guess I'm not the body.
Yeah.
So all that's required is a moment of like, a lot of times people access this through meditation, right? Or other healing or whatever, right? Or even for some people, psychedelics, not that it's that crazy, you know? But everybody has different experiences with this, but it's a realization of, oh, I'm not the body, right? So it's available all the time. That total peace is completely available. And it-
just a more.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it comes from, you know, the identification.
but then when you know it, then you'll remember all the time. And
Yeah.
bring everything always back to the truth, to the light.
Yeah.
And it's great. Everything changes when you're there.
But I know of a few people that have died and brought them back from shops. You know, I've talked to them. They said they see.
My mother had an experience like that years ago. And she also saw everything light, cold, like
Where's Carter?
place,
Yeah.
people, yeah. A lot
You
of
got
people-
it.
If you go online, YouTube, there's so many people who had these out of body experiences or the near death experience. Yeah. But yes, like Adia said, you can do that not only when they're about to die. You can do that when you're meditating or different.
Yeah, if you want to come to one of our meditations, you could try it. But it's not that scary, right? It's just, and it's not the same idea of like, and like an out of body pre-death, like a death experience, not like that. It's, which I understand where people are coming from when they say like, oh, that's so good, I don't want to leave, right? But you have that feeling in the day-to-day life. Sometimes you're going, I mean, I know I am. Sometimes I'm going about my day-to-day life and I'm like, I want to fucking leave. Like, I would love to go back to like spirit light land and not deal with any of this. I want to go home, right? Like, I have that feeling all the time, right?
Yeah, I mean, not all the time, but yeah, occasionally I do have that feeling like, my goodness.
So it's just recognizing it's like that is always your home and recognizing it is available to you all the time.
Yeah.
And it's not that you are gonna like lose yourself and go all bonkers and not be able to function in this dream anymore, you know? But it's one of those where you'll actually be able to function in this dream better because you aren't so identified with it. You're not so like worried about it. You're not as invested in it, right? You realize that it doesn't actually touch who you really are. Right? Anything that happens in this kind of dream doesn't really affect you.
Nope.
Who you really are, you know what I mean? Like the spirit that out of body experience.
When you say that, it makes me think of Groundhog Day. Oh, every day he gets up the same thing. You see that movie Groundhog?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
every day, and he can do anything through the day, and it doesn't affect him, next morning he gets up, same thing, you know, he's trying to.
Yeah, but that's-
Basically,
It's kind of the same.
existence is like that, but we're not stuck repeating the same day. We just have eternity. And it may seem like that eventually, it's like, oh, we've done this so many times. You
People
know,
brings that on to a stress,
but it's fun because
that's when you start to give up on things.
Is from stress.
Yeah, I think that's what brings it on. You just get tired of life, you get tired of the way things are, which they call that stress.
Yeah. I would say that it's entirely just ego thoughts, right? Like no matter, and the reason I say this is because you could be so happy, stress-free, living on an island, you know, like doing all of the best things for yourself, and your ego would still come up with a reason of why you have anxiety, why something needs to change.
Sure.
So I don't think it comes on from stress. I think it comes on from believing an ego thought,
Yeah.
right? Because your ego will always be dissatisfied. Your ego will always say something needs to change, something's not right, you know, all of this stuff, right? But what the ego is looking for is for the world to change. The ego wants the dream, wants the circumstances to change. It says, oh, my happiness, my access to peace is conditional. It's based on my life circumstances, right? Stress or no stress, whatever. Whereas in reality, our peace is totally available all the time. It's not based on life circumstances because it doesn't come from this part, right? It comes from that spirit, that true self.
And some people have a hard job
Handling like the stress and stuff.
well, things that for the. Not the stress, but.
Like the ego thoughts.
Yeah, the ego thoughts, you know, to not be into that mood.
It takes practice. Yeah. You really have to, a lot of times you have to, yeah, 100%, but it requires practice. You have to wake up one day and say, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I'm tired of that, you
That-
know? I'm
that's
tired of thinking that way.
When
That's
you-
a stressful thought.
Yeah, those feelings that you like, we all understand that we don't wanna be there. And so then it feels stressful, uncomfortable, we don't like it, we're tired of it.
Yeah.
And then you're looking for something else, you're like, okay, what is truth? What is true? You know?
Way out.
Yeah,
And it's uncomfortable because it's not natural. If it was totally natural for people to be stressed, we'd probably be comfortable being stressed. And those feelings we associate with it, right? We'd probably be pretty comfortable with that because it's normal for us, it's natural. But it's uncomfortable because it's not natural. Being joyful and peaceful and present, right? Being content, right? Being guiltless and loving. All of these things are natural to us. That's why they feel good. It's because those are our natural way of being. And then the other stuff, right? Being stressed, guilty, judging, you know, like all of these things, whether we're pushing them on someone else, saying that person's judgmental, or we're judging them for being judgmental, you know what I mean? Like all the layers of it, right? Because if I see someone else as judgmental or guilty, really I'm just seeing myself that way, right? Because we're all one. They're a perfect reflection of how I see myself, right? So recognizing the simplest way we can do this is when we notice a stressful thought, we can say, wow, that's a stressful thought. Just identify it. Recognize that's a stressful thought. That doesn't mean anything, right? It's recognizing that we have a choice to believe it. We have a choice to give it energy, to give it more power, right? And if you recognize and you say that's a stressful thought, and then you can recognize again, I seem to be believing it, which is even more, that's where the stress comes from, right? There's a stressful thought, I seem to be believing it, and then say, I don't have to believe it anymore if I don't want to. And it does fall away, right? Maybe not instantaneously, but that thought might come up 2-3 more times, and you get to the point where you say, fuck this. I'm like, I don't believe it anymore. I've identified that it's a stressful thought that's not really based in reality, right? It's an ego thought. I don't have to listen to it. Because a lot of times we forget that we have a choice in the voice we listen to. But we do. I mean, you said it yourself, Dan, where you're like, oh, sometimes people struggle listening to that voice. It's hard to pick another channel.
Yeah.
But it takes practice. It takes all it really takes is willingness. It doesn't take effort. It's just saying, I'm willing to hear another voice. I'm willing to see clearly, not seeing through the drunk goggles, you know, that are always going to tell you everything's wrong all the time.
You want to put any input around this? Yes, it's 17.
Do you have any input?
I see,
Any thoughts on all this?
yeah,
Why
okay,
don't
I
you
like,
put it in the group, you know?
yeah, no, I just like let others speak and then I'm like, oh, okay,
That was your turn.
I like how you brought up like the groundhog, it's like, ideology, yeah,
Acknowledging.
yeah, that. Analogy,
Oh, analogy.
that works funny. Um. Cause that's why how I see like time or like life, it's like, okay, what if you were like you just won the lottery and you just had like $1 billion each day and you could spend it however you please, but when you wake up, all that stuff you did is gone, but you still get a reset of like how much money or wherever it is, like all that stuff will be gone. But you can get again and try again, and again, that's how I see life is now, and I put it into perspective that way, it's like, okay, when I get up every day, it's like, okay, the world's your oyster, just, you can make it how it is, like if where stress that brings you, like whether it's a job, I know when to book it, over my well-being or just like your happiness and or being overall, it's like you choose where to be. It's like I hung out with the wrong crowd. Um, I thought it was like I felt like I belonged, but it was like very like I chose to just get up and leave and going that path now. It's really like where you put yourself and where what makes you happy. That's why I like that the choice of like yeah, I experienced like the worst part of things where I became so stressed out that it made me, you know, my mind went to survival mode and I just was very angry. And putting on top of that substances and alcohol or where it is to reduce stress. Like that's what people do, substances to forget about the stress. But it's just like, okay, you're just like putting it under, but that stress is still there.
Yeah.
So it's just like, do I want to face it now? That's why I did with sobriety. It's like, I call it not sobriety, but face up to your stresses and deal with it now, so you don't have to deal with it later.
Yeah, because if you don't deal with it,
Yeah.
just keep piling up.
Yeah, that's what the alcohol is. It's like, hey, that stress is still gonna be there when you're done, have the hangover. It's like it's just gonna get heavier and heavier, but I just decided to deal with it.
Yeah.
Now that's why some people who I met who, yeah, they've been sober for like 5 years, but they're like 28, they decided, but in fact, I'm really glad that I just decided to do it earlier because I was in pain. But yeah, it's like yeah, you just gotta find your ground space and good people. I don't know. Lately I've been getting spiritually, or God's been blessing me with, I always greed. Like I always had greed in the past, like stuff was the answer that makes me happy. It's always like I like how to get the best phone, how to get the best shoes in the past, or the best of the best like stuff. And he's taught me a lesson. Like I didn't ask for this stuff. It's like it just happened. Like he just been blessing me with like no debt. The truck is like one of the big blessings. And it's just seemed effortless, but it's just like he's just been granting me like, well, I work for it, like the money. But just like right there, but lately I just feel like I'm like, God, no more stuff. I understand. I see your point. Stop blessing me with stuff. Bless me with what's to come. And I'd rather have love and caring, loving people.
Yeah.
So that's a huge milestone for me in the past week is recognizing and realizing that I don't want this stuff anymore. It's like, it's nice, but it's just like, I'd rather have.
The material is temporary, it's here now. Then it disappears, becomes rust, becomes dust, recycles, gets something, becomes something else, right? So all the material in the dream or this reality that we see is all temporary, but actions and love, that's eternal. That goes on forever. You know, anything in the physical is just temporary. Even planet Earth, who knows, one day the will just fade away. But meantime, we can learn a lot from it.
Yep, and
We
like I
can
s-
learn that this is not what we are truly seeking. What we're truly seeking is back to our nature.
It's the kingdom of God, right? To live heaven on earth.
and I like, you can have, like love all the stuff that appreciate it, but again, that's what he taught me because. It's just stuff at the end of the day. It's
Yeah.
like when you're gone, it's just stuff. It's
Exactly.
just more stuff.
It's just
It's also
Um,
just for fun.
It's also for
Yeah.
fun. Yes,
It's super
exactly.
lighthearted, there's
Yeah.
no like guilt or, obviously I don't think you're sharing that, but there's no guilt involved, right? Like there's nothing wrong with stuff. But it's just recognizing like, oh, this is for fun. It doesn't actually give me anything else but having a good ass time. And that's okay. Have like the whole point of this dream is to have a good ass time.
Yeah.
Is
and
to
it's
recognize when you're uncomfortable and say, oh, I don't have to be uncomfortable. Right?
Give love. Love returns back to you.
Yeah, that's why I've
That's
been
how you
getting
know
up a lot.
more
About like,
friends, more people invite you to things, you're comfortable around people,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That's
how I
like
feel.
that's the way it reverses, right? Like in the rest of the world, right? In the rest of this dream, if you give something away, now you have less of it, right? But if you're sharing love, you actually have more. You share love to keep it for yourself.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right? If you just try to hoard love away from for yourself and you say, this is mine, I'm not sharing it, you realize you have no love. You have less.
Yeah,
Right? So keeping it for yourself leaves you empty-handed.
yes.
It is when you share it that you keep it for yourself.
Build back with it.
Right? It's when you share it that it returns to you. That's totally spot on, Dan. That's the one thing that gives in receiving and receives in giving.
Just like a seed. If you plant it, it goes warm. If you just keep it in a jar, it's just there.
yeah, that's good.
Nice. That's
That's
awesome.
a good way to put
Tee.
it. As long as it's eating poison ivy.
Oh, man, yeah.
Do you have
Wait,
poison
what's
ivy yet?
Poison
I
ivy.
drafted.
We must not.
No, I'm sure there is poison ivy, but I mean, I haven't had any like Albert.
That's what I thought it was, but then I had the shrimp. I was like, yep, I use the shrimp.
It's crazy.
When somebody touches you, you know, God, it's a gift that keeps giving.
That's
It's-
crazy because I walk around with shorts on, sandals on, like
Dude,
either I'm not, because some people aren't allergic to it.
So,
I can work from home, maybe.
Yeah.
There's no touching.
Poison shoebacks, another one is a bad one,
Lumac and oak.
poison oak, yeah.
And the one that got me once was parsnip. Poison parsnip.
Yeah.
It with sunlight filled up all these little bubbles on my hands.
So you get.
Yeah, this is a perfect opportunity, right? So this is what A Course in Miracles teaches. Acknowledge the illusion, right? Acknowledge the seeming reality of the illusion for the brief moment it takes to acknowledge that it requires immediate gentle correction. Right? So we'll acknowledge the illusion of vulnerability, right? Only for the moment that it requires us to say, oh, I am spirit identification.
Yeah.
I am not body identification. I am not vulnerable. Right? Return to our true nature as invulnerable spirit, right? Because that's where it really comes from. The body is a manifestation of the mind. Where are you putting your belief? Are you putting your belief in body identification of vulnerability? Or is your belief sitting quietly with truth, spirit identification, right? Invulnerability, right?
Yeah.
That's the practice of like retraining your mind from these ego thoughts, right? We get so used to the ego thoughts where it's like thought of fear, uncomfortable thought, anxiety, stress. something needs to change, everything's wrong, you know? We get so used to that, we have to actively choose differently for a period of time. And then that becomes natural, right? Just like learning anything, right? The first couple times you tie your shoe, probably not that good at it. I mean, you don't even tie your shoes.
I
So,
was getting better at it.
so you're the best at it out of all of us.
Done. So fast.
There's so many places you go. Everybody takes off their shoes when you walk into them, so these are easy to slip off and slip on.
That's
Otherwise,
true.
you got lace and tie.
Right.
And then you know, like for a few minutes, you gotta go back outside, then you wanna come back in, it's like, we're bootsies. I mean, these are all taller, slip on, like yours, you know, those sandals that girls wear all the time, and guys too. It's easy to just slip your feet out when you go through the door. That's.
Yeah, I don't use these
Yeah,
right.
this has been a long time, I've always worn, like.
Yeah.
Wasn't off the couch, and then it was shit.
Shit kicker boots. On that note, we're gonna call it a day.
That's it?
Yep,
There's nothing else to talk about? Time is,
Or else-
6:15.
wow.
Should we talk?
Fast.
I have some more to talk about. Should I read a little bit more?
Sure.
Yeah, no, at least till 6:30.
Okay.
If you're up to it, we don't wanna stress you out.
Oh.
We'll do it,
You couldn't.
Right?
You couldn't. So today, like kind of ex of mine reached out to both me and Davide. And of course, all morning I'm so nervous and so anxious and just kind of like, what's gonna happen? Is he trying to start a fight? Like, what's going on? You know, like I was just like, I was just feeling a feeling of kind of like intensity, you know, where you're like, oh, what's gonna happen? No. Okay, cool. And this is what I wrote about it. This is what I wrote about it. Apparently, I love drama.
You called it in.
I called it in. I wanted some drama. I was like, everything's too good right now. It's too consistent.
Just don't bring it over here. I don't care for that.
Apparently, there's some drama.
Keep it in
Right?
your own circle.
Yeah, keep it to yourself. No, I'm kidding.
Well, I mean, if it's coming up, it's helpful.
Carry the drama.
If it's coming up, it's helpful for every single person involved.
We can learn from it.
Right? And ultimately, I think nothing bad is going to happen. Like, ultimately, I think someone is just like, I don't think they're actually trying to cause drama. I think they're just having a sad feeling, you know? And I think they want to be friends and they want to like get over the whatever little hurdle they're imagining, right? So it's like, okay, cool, right? But my mind, the way I was initially interpreting it and worrying about it was drama. Right? So like the situation, not that crazy, everything's okay. But the way my mind was playing around with it was like, what? Extreme, crazy, you know? Like I was like, does this guy want to fight my boyfriend? You know?
These things, really,
Yeah.
that's how I relate.
Yeah.
Drama is something you're gonna get hurt doing, and there's, something's gonna happen to be relayed that. You don't even know what's gonna happen.
Right. Well, that's what my mind was saying.
Yeah.
My mind was like, this is bad. This is bad. So I said, I apparently love drama. Wahoo! Let's see what happens. I know I am unaffected by any. No matter what happens, we all remain entirely unaffected. Wow. True surrender of anxiety. Initially, I wrote surrender to anxiety, but it's a surrender of anxiety. Surrendering anxiety is seeing the perfection in everything that has ever happened and everything that will happen. True release from fear, I can do no wrong. I have a big fear that I'm fucking things up all the time. I am the reason to I am the reason to blame for everything. Yeah. I'm a sabotage traitor. You know, like I am the worst character in the movie, right? So true release from fear, for me, the way it shows up for me, is recognizing I can do no wrong. Everything I have ever done has been perfect for my learning and for whoever else was involved. It's been perfect for our evolution, right? And so in recognizing perfection and wrongdoing, perfection and guilt, right, cannot coexist. That's looking at the difference between nothing, guilt, right, and everything, perfection, right? They can't exist at the same time.
Nothing doesn't exist.
Nothing doesn't exist.
So there's the word nothing, it's like,
It's nothing.
it's nothing, it doesn't exist.
True release from fear, I can do no wrong. My innocence is not up to me. Ah, yes, my safety, my innocence, my beingness is not up to me, right? I'm not in a position to make myself more or less perfect, to make myself more or less innocent or guilty, to make myself more or less perfect or bad. It's not up to me, right? I am not my creator. I did not create myself, right? If I'm imagining that I created myself, if I'm imagining that I'm a separate little entity that I created myself, right? Then maybe my perfection would be up to me, right? But I am not my creator. I did not create myself. I am an extension of Him, the source of love, and one with my brothers, right? We are that extension of beingness from God or the universe or source or the Tao, right? We are an extension of truth, an extension of being, right? Of spirit, of all powerful creative mind, right? We are completely untouchable, right? Again, the spirit identification is looking at this like a little maze, right? And we all have the little characters in the maze, right? And then occasionally you meet another character and they say, whoa, man, we've been in this maze for a long time. And you look at each other and say, oh, well, you can get out at any time.
You just fly.
And then we're looking at each other above the maze. Right?
Wings? Wings?
Yeah.
They fly out of this.
It's just a total dream,
Yeah.
right? But there is a moment of spirit identification when we connect with someone else. We have an opportunity when we recognize our spirit identification and we talk to another person. We have an opportunity to see them as spirit identification, to not see them as body identification, right?
That's a miracle.
And to meet them on that, to invite them to see themselves as spirit identification. I am inviting you to see yourself as I see you, which is perfect,
Truth.
right?
See the person truly.
We are all completely untouchable. We are all spirit identification.
Eternal.
This eternal,
Yeah.
this dream of what seems to be happening in a room of bodies, right? That is not our identification, and it cannot affect spirit. It cannot.
It's just theater.
Yeah,
That's all it
it's
is.
a theater.
This one right here, it's theater.
We are all completely untouchable and entirely innocent. There is no guilty thought. There is no guilty thought because, again, our guiltiness and our innocence is not up to us, right? Because we are not our creator, right? He made us guiltless. He created us guiltless and innocent. Completely guiltless, completely innocent. There's no room for guilt. In the definition of innocence, pure innocence, there's no room for guilt. It's just like nothing and everything again, right? For love has filled the mind, no fear may enter. As love, vulnerability falls away. As love, shadows dissipate, and the holy altar is illuminated.
What's the whole goal?
It is the seat of presence, the seat of your spirit, of who you truly are. that seems to be within yourself, right? So when we look upon our brothers in truth, it is this light that emanates from within. It is this altar where we bring an ego thought, right? Or we bring an illusion that we seem to be believing in, and we offer it to the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit has the opportunity to help guide us in saying, that's a meaningless thought.
So-
You don't have to believe it.
It's like a DVD player. You choose which movie you want to see.
I don't know if I understand that.
That's what I understood, but the altar is place what you want to believe or what you want to see on the altar.
No,
No.
the altar, it is an altar of truth alone. Right?
Okay.
It is an altar of truth alone. It is who you truly are, right? Your perfect beingness as an offering essentially to God, to the Holy Spirit, to your brothers, right? Saying, this is who I truly am, right? I accept who I truly am. I accept God's definition for me over my own, right? I accept the truth over what I would make up, right? And it is this that illuminates. And so when we see our brother clearly, when we say, I am willing to see you clearly, right? I am willing to see the altar of truth illuminated within you. What that means is seeing the shadow of the body fall away, right? You see any shadow that they would carry, any badness, any guiltiness, anything like that, right? You see it all fall away, right? And you see the altar clearly, right? The altar of spirit is what we would hide with all of these stories of guilt, all of these stories of how bad we are, right? Or how defensive we have to be because everyone else is bad, right? But if you are willing to see the light in another person, it is always there. And you have the ability, this is a miracle, you have the ability to shine light on the altar, to bring it back to light, right? No matter how much someone tried to hide it in the shadow, hide it in the darkness, you know?
Yeah.
Does that make more sense as the altar?
Yeah, in my mind, when I read the Bible, they referred to your being as the temple. The altar was a place of sacrifice, the altar. So back in the old temple of Jerusalem, the altar was a place where they offered the sacrifice to God, which is an action. It used to be animals.
This is the atonement. So what you
Yeah.
bring to the altar is your acceptance of the atonement,
Yeah.
which is
In my
your,
mind,
that's the sacrifice.
Yeah.
You're giving up your belief in separation.
it's a place of action, the altar, in my mind. From the religion.
Right.
And the temple is your whole, who you are,
Yeah.
which houses the altar, the holy of holy, the sanctum, the inner sanctum. You know, like all the different things that exist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. We'll
Yeah, yeah.
continue this up. Okay, let me keep reading. Okay. As love, shadows dissipate and the holy altar is illuminated. There is nothing lost, for to give what is really there is to give. Oh, sorry. There is nothing lost, for to give what is really there. For to give what is really there to give what is real, is to keep it for yourself, is to receive it. This is a complete reversal of lack. There is no lack anywhere. Acknowledging the illusion only to bring gentle correction to it immediately. That is the only acknowledgement, is to recognize immediate action is required to bring gentle correction to this lie. Everything that has ever happened has been completely, wholly perfect. I release a story of guilt by seeing the perfection and innocence shine brightly in everyone involved. I am willing to give up a story of guilt in exchange for perfect peace. That is the sacrifice we are making. we are sacrificing a nightmare in exchange for a beautiful dream. Is that a sacrifice? Right? That's the question. But the ego would convince it's a sacrifice. There is not one thing that could go wrong. A worst case scenario is nothing but an ego's nightmare. I release all guilty outcomes. Dan, you missed the best part. It's exactly what you said earlier. I said there's nothing lost to give what is really there to give. To give what is real is to keep it for yourself, is to receive it. That's just what you're talking about. To give love, to give that real,
We'll get more back.
the real stuff, that's
And
where
you're
you
not
get it
losing
back.
it,
And you're not losing
I'm
it.
glad you point out the thing that you get more that way.
Yeah.
Because usually you give something away, you get less.
Yeah.
But that is one of the things that actually you get more.
She just ended with saying that it, a sacrifice like in our society in this dream, they made us believe that we have to sacrifice something in order to get something better.
In order to exist.
To exist, right? But it's not how it is. It's not how it is. It's just it's always been there. Love just is. It doesn't expect you to like, oh, make sure you pay your taxes, make sure you pay this. Oh, did you do that? Okay, well then I can love you. It's like, no, it's just always there. Yeah.
I'm almost done, okay, Brittany?
Yeah.
There is no future that is wrong. There is no past that need be changed. Release it all joyfully. Simply a memory of a dream, happy to show you what you want to see. That's the trick, right? When we ask for memories, right? Or when we say, I'm willing to see this, right? Or I'm willing to see that, even if it's something like, I'm willing to see war, right? I'm willing to see that my defensiveness and my anger is justified, right? We are basically sending off a little messenger of the mind. And that messenger of the mind is going to go around in our life and in our memory of this dream, right? And it is going to bring back to us exactly what we asked for, exactly what we are willing to see.
Yeah. How long does it take?
Oh, no time. No time.
No, for real. Like,
But also, if you say, I'm willing to see a happy dream, I am willing to see my brother's innocence, right? I'm willing to see my own perfection.
Yeah.
Then that little messenger will scurry around and collect that information for you. It will show you what you are willing to see. So I said, simply a memory of a dream, happy to show you what you want to see. I said, how rich am I to have hours a day to spend with God? The treasure, greater than my greatest wish, constant, completely present, perfect love, showering me in golden rays of truth. Thank you, God. Thank you for existence, sharing your being, all-powerful, creative, loving being. Thank you, God, for this perfect dream, for all my brothers who I walk alongside a while. May you continue to bless us with your perfect teachings, graciously reminding us of the way home. May we share as one the truth of your love. Thank you.
that's beautiful. That's really good. Good job, Asa.
That's it.
That's it.
Yay. Thanks for coming, everyone. I might keep well, maybe we'll just come back to it. Okay. Ciao. See you next week.
Bye.